Semen retention will unlock inner peace for you. Okay. I don't care who you are or what walk of life you come from or what language you speak. Every human being on this planet, to a certain extent, when it comes down to the wire, is looking for this. Okay. Whether that's in the form of financial freedom, being able to not have to worry about money and you can go live on a yacht. People that drink a lot, use drugs, they want to go and or have a bunch of friends and feel secure with that, or have a relationship. um, all they want. The problem with that is that this is all based upon the fact that you have this thing externally to provide you with a sense of security, which is what people consider peace. Okay. Now, what's hard about this is that it can leave whenever it does. Right? To a certain extent, there is no control you have over that. Okay. And so, what am I trying to say? What's my answer to that? Okay. My answer to that is to become okay without it. So you can still enjoy it, but you don't need it. Okay. I'm going to use a couple examples. I'll say women. We all want, as men, it's impossible to not want the feminine energy in our lives. That comes in the form of sex, or not masturbation, but like porn, dating, spending time with someone, love. It's the feeling of love. We all want that. Okay. And we think that that's gonna, we get that, and then we're okay. I feel good now. I feel good now in life. I worked really hard for it. Now I got it, and it's there. Now I feel safe and secure. But the more that you want something or depend on something, the more of a fear you're gonna have that it's gonna be taken away from you, and the more that you're gonna compromise yourself for this thing. That's what gets people into trouble. Okay. And then you're right back where you started. You work really hard to get this thing because it's going to provide you with the dopamine hit, which is people's idea of peace. And then you get it, but then you have to work hard to keep it. With jobs, financial security, you work really hard to make this amount of money, you know, but then you have the money, but something happens and you have to spend it or you lose it somehow. You work really hard to keep it. It's the same thing. Okay. Drugs and alcohol. Okay, I have this supply source. I'm going to drink it and I'm going to get the dopamine hit. I'm going to feel numbed. I'm going to feel at peace and good. I'm going to have to sober up and I'm going to need more. It's all the same stuff. The gym, the physique. I have this mental image in my mind of what kind of shape I want to be in, how much gains I want to have. So the girls want me, because my bicep size is directly corresponds to the amount of women that I'm going to get. Okay. And, so so then but the problem is you're gonna have to work really hard to maintain that, and quite frankly our bodies are slowly decomposing every single day because it is what it is. That all causes the stress, okay, the worry. So so what am I saying? Remove the need for it so you can be happy. How do you remove the need for it? Well, one, you need to naturally come to an understanding of that this is reality. Okay, that it's nothing externally is going to truly make you happy. It just won't. So go out and see that for yourself by doing something enough, to get sick of it. When you're ready, it's like we're waiting for you. You start semen retention, and through semen retention, you're going to not the only way to succeed on semen retention. The only way at first is you need to remove the external dopamine hits that you're feeding yourself. You have to, or you're just going to keep relapsing. It's not going to work. To get deeper into it, you're going to have to remove more dopamine hits. Okay, usually this is women, porn, masturbation, sex. So that's the big one, so we'll stick to that, but it's all of it. Okay, once you remove it, that's where the struggle comes in. You don't get the benefits and it hurts. It's painful. It's physically kind of painful at first, to be honest with you. And then, but naturally, but without us knowing, our bodies are rewiring for this, our minds rewiring for this, our chemistry is rewiring for this, our spirits rewiring for this, and then all the while we're learning lessons and tools on the back end to deal with this so that we can slowly remove ourselves from it. And then when we remove ourselves from it, what replaces that is a sense of peace, stability, and confidence, knowing that I don't need this. Okay? So that when you do engage in all of the pleasures of life, you'll always be able to remain authentically in your core of yourself and live freely. Okay? That's where the peace comes in. That's where the stability comes in, is knowing that you don't need something. Now, I'm not saying this is easy. I'm giving, like, what's hard about these videos is that I'm giving like an executive overview of all of this stuff that potentially takes a lifetime or years, at the very least a couple years. Okay. This is not something that comes easy, but I can tell you it's worth it from what I've seen in relatively the the years that I've done it, which is a relatively small portion of life, but also it's a lot at the same time, right? Of what comes from that, the benefits that come from that. Okay, that's how you get that inner. That's why I know that the inner stability in peace comes. Right, you're not only that, but you're furthering your connection with divine sources, with God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, and then also yourself. Like, it's something that you just can't buy. And I guess, like, I was always interested in the things that money couldn't buy. I'm just never really been impressed with people with a lot of money, because I don't think it's like, okay, like, you have a lot of money, but like, what kind of person are you? A lot of, and I used to be this person too. A lot of people will go online and they'll play the game. They'll play the game. They'll learn how to dress cool and talk cool and be masculine on the outside. They'll have their body language down. They'll get really big in the gym and deepen. They'll literally deepen their voice as they talk to people. They'll talk unnaturally with their diaphragm more, so that they'll come across as more masculine. I've seen it. I've talked to people that have done this. I know it. I used to do it. That's what's funny. That's why I know it's funny. Um, that's why I know it also doesn't work. So they'll appear on the outside like they got it together, but on the inside they're just like, you can just tell on the outside they're like the Scream photo, or the Scream painting. You know, love that painting. It's so cool. And but everyone is looking for this peace. Everyone's looking for it, but no one wants to do the work to get it. They think they either want to buy it or get the cheap way to do it. It's the same thing with, like, getting yourself in shape. No one wants to dedicate the time. Very few people want to dedicate the time to doing the process of losing weight and getting in shape the right way. I'd rather take a fat burner pill, but then not change any of their habits. You know how many people I see that, instead of actually doing the time to get better at running, for example, they'd rather take some fat burner pills or some other supplements that'll, like, guarantee them to be faster. That's not how it works. You can use that stuff to supplement it, but that's just not how it works. Um, and again, I'm saying I know because I've experienced it. You know, don't let anyone lie to you about this stuff on semen retention and say that it's easy and that it's tangible, that if you just physically retain your semen, all these benefits and all this stuff's going to happen. Do you really want that too? Do you really want something to be easy to get that's going to, last you a lifetime? this, and the cool part is this stuff just never goes away. No matter where you're at in life, you'll have it. I always wanted to be that person that just was that just was gonna feel okay no matter where I went. Despite the confines of the society and the matrix trying to like hold you into a place or fit you into a box. So, but it will give you that peace if you just do it wholeheartedly without a timeline and trust that it's going to happen. Okay, I know that's the hard part about this process, is that it requires a sense of blind trust. I guarantee it. I've promised it. I've seen it for myself. Okay. I'm not saying that. I never say any of this stuff to brag. I'm just trying to provide a little bit of reassurance through the process is all. Okay. So I hope everyone, and that has nothing, it's speaking nothing about how far I've come, because I have a long ways to go, but I just recognized it when I saw it. Okay. And you will too. That's how I know. Okay. Trust yourself in that process. Hope everyone has a great day.